This delivery would be an accountant's nightmare. I have a half of a load going out this morning. This is cherry. It's not exactly really seasoned, but this company doesn't really care for that. They have an electric smoker and they got like this trap door and you stick the wood in, and then there's some kind of a heating element that burns it. It does require a wheelbarrow, however, and I just happen to have the world's greatest wheelbarrow, the Leonard. This is the one that I smashed. I backed my trailer up over top of it. There's the bend in the tub, and then I almost snapped this leg off. That was a sad time. But why would this make the accountant upset is my whole business model is on margin and selling smaller quantities. I have found that selling 2 quarter cords, you make way more money than selling 1/2 cord. And in my truck will hold exactly 1/2 cord of firewood. Well, this is a quarter cord, and I don't have another quarter in the truck. It's just the way it is. The way I run the business, because it is my business, I think of the customer. I think of sales. I think of that top line. I am not one of these bean counters that are in the moving decimal points and stuff and becoming obsessed with expenses and all. Expenses are important, I'm here to tell you. And that's how I run my business, like a checkbook. One of the things I had learned when you're an adult who's been around the block, who knows how to run the household, who knows how to balance a checkbook. You know your expenses and you know what's coming in. And when I'm running a business, that is good enough for me, because if I sit around and calculate all this stuff, I consider that as much of a waste of time as some people do stacking firewood, which to me is the most important thing that we do. It's how we are able to get our margins up as high as we can. My point is this: it's your business. Do what you want. But I think it also helps to turn your ears off, because there's a lot of people out there that think that it's got to be done this way, and that's the only way. And my channel just shows you how I do it. I think one of the things I am most proud of myself is I don't tell you guys and gals what to do. You can do what you want. I just show you what has happened and what has worked well and what has not worked for me. I recognize that we're all different. We all have our own skill set. We're all better at this. We're all better at that. Some people aren't good with this. I'm not good with that. And the final result is the business is your business. My point, though, is it helps to turn your ears off, because there are people out there that are, they could have good intentions, or they could be just completely full of themselves. And they're going to tell you that you must do it this way, and if you don't do it this way, you are wrong. Well, I'm here to tell you that that is wrong. I guess the irony here, too, is when I'm telling you to turn your ears off, I think, too, it is important, though, that you listen, and that you're always listening, you're always taking stuff in, that you're always paying attention, and you're always willing to adjust. Because when I first started, I had this idea what I was going to do, and I had to immediately pivot. And my whole business, the whole reason I'm here is because I have pivoted. It's because I can't explain it. I just have this ability. I don't have any arrogance. I don't have any need to be proven right. I just am results oriented, and I go. For instance, this delivery right here. I could have sat on this, but the customer needs it right now. And who am I? I'm here to serve the customer, not my spreadsheets. A decimal point never made me a penny, but delivering firewood does. So if I'm not maximizing my profitability today, I am demonstrating that my business is here for the long haul, and that this customer will be back because I am delivering world-class customer service. So this is going to be a short delivery. I'm a little queasy on this one here because this is going to be in their non-customer area. It's paved, but there's always people back there. And I am a little squeamish about talking into my cell phone when other people are looking at me. I get a little shy. I think you can understand that. So I will do my best to bring you this delivery. I'll probably just have to set this phone on the ground and prop it up against the wall just to show you what I got going on. We are almost there, and I turned the camera on because they are paving the road. And it just smells awesome. I can smell that tar smell. I love that smell. I can't explain why. Like new tires, love the smell of new tires, gear oil, and like a freshly paved road. These are a few of my favorite things. And we are here. I've just gone from one great smell, road tar, to another one, barbecue. This place, it's one of the hidden joys of delivering firewood to restaurants is the smells, man. There's just something about wood fire and cooking food, huh? It's intoxicating, it really is. So this is an all cherry load, and I got to wheelbarrow it down this alley, and it's an easy job. It's only a quarter cord, and the world's greatest wheelbarrow will make quick work of it. And I will try my best to show you what I got going on. You get the idea. I pull the wood away from the edges, and that helps me crank it out. The measurements are made when we load the truck. I don't measure wood back at the yard. I see no reason for it. When you use math, you can figure out what a quarter cord is, what a half cord is, what a sixth of a cord is, and that's how we deliver it. We do not do dump and go, and these restaurants are all different. None of them want me to dump it and go. They all want it stacked, and of course that is part of the price. And for me, restaurant pricing, if you look at what I charge each restaurant, it makes no sense. They're all different. Things that affect the price would be the species, the volume, you got to use a wheelbarrow or not, what kind of mood I was in that day when we negotiated it, and really too, what time in my career did I start servicing them, because the ones I did earlier on, I didn't have the backing, I didn't have the street cred at that time, so their prices are a little bit lower. But the ones that came on after the word got out, the price obviously started going up. And then for me, firewood is a margin game. It's not volume. I take pride in selling less firewood. If I want to make more money, my job is to try to figure out a way to sell less and do it. Because selling firewood's easy. Let's just be honest here. If you want to sell 100 cords, make 100 cords. If you want to sell 3,000 cords, make 3,000 cords. You're going to sell it. What I have done though is I recognize that it's easy to sell firewood, but if you can apply salesmanship and professionalism, you can get your price to come up and you can increase your margin, and that's where things become a little bit easier for you. So you get the idea. It's just now a matter of getting all this wheelbarrow down, put into that little woodshed. It holds about a quarter. We're good. We'll turn in our paper invoice and we'll head on down the road. And that is how I do it. Stacking wood is a great thing. It brings value to your day. It brings value to your customer. You get moved to the top of the list from all the other companies that won't stack the wood for them. And trust me, they are out there. And the wood is clean. There's no mess. And the restaurant knows exactly what they got. And that is how, well, I do it. Restaurants was the biggest pivot I ever made in firewood. This was not part of the plan. Quarter cord, cherry firewood. There's some back here on the cart too. Restaurants were a blind spot for me. I would have never thunk it. But then after I started getting involved with them, it started making sense that a lot of the services out there didn't want to mess with these guys because they're fussy, they're needy, they need it now, and a lot of companies don't want to stack. They're in the dump and go. That's just how they make their money. But I saw an opportunity and I went for it, and here I am. So that is what I know how to do, guys. I know how to take the skills that you've picked up from your professional career and apply them to your own business. Was it scary? Absolutely. But some of the things that I did that I felt was smart was I was able to recognize when there were people trying to talk me out of it. Even if they weren't, they were. Friends who are accountants, and I just know to stay away from them because I know how to run a business even though I've never run one before. And if anyone tells you that you got to do it like this, just, I don't know. I would never say don't listen to them. I think you listen to everything, but at least be aware enough to know that you don't have to run your business like everyone else. If you need decimal points and pivot tables in your life, go for it. This guy doesn't, and I'm telling you it's not a necessary requirement because we all know how to balance checkbooks, some better than others. Ohio Wood Burner is a different kind of business, guys. Okay, the world's greatest wheelbarrow is back in the truck. Its job is done, and now we can head on back to the yard. We got work to do, and I hope to bring it to you. All right, guys, everyone have a great day.